What if the life you think you're living is not the one you are actually experiencing? What if the moments you cherish, the laughs, the wins, the memories, were never truly yours because you are not fully there? What if you've been living on autopilot? You're half present, half alive, half engaged, and calling it a life. And what if, stay with me, you only realize this at the end, when there's no time left to fix it? Now, this episode is not about fear, it's about awakening, it's about presence, it's about reclaiming the life you've been too distracted to feel. Now, this is JengaPod episode 1 of Fully Alive, The Art of Being Here. In this episode, we are saying, wake up, you're missing your own life. Now, part 1, let's look at the problem, a half-life. Most people don't waste their life because of bad decisions. They waste it because they were never there for it. They were physically present, but mentally somewhere else. Now, thinking about the past, worrying about the future, scrolling through someone else's life, second-guessing their own choices, doing everything at 40% and wondering why nothing feels meaningful. Now, let me ask you something. When was the last time you did something with your whole heart, your whole attention, your whole presence, not half listening, not half trying, not half living, just fully there or here? If you can't remember, you are not alone. Most people cannot. Let's look at part 2, when you get to hear the wake-up call, Memento Mori. There's a concept from ancient philosophy called Memento Mori. Remember that you will die. This is not to scare you, not to depress you, but to sharpen you. Because if you truly understood how little time you have, you wouldn't waste a single moment living halfway. You wouldn't rush through your days. You wouldn't sleepwalk through your routines. You wouldn't treat your life like a rehearsal. You would show up, you would be present, and you would live intentionally. Now let me ask you this. If today was the last time you got to live fully, would you be proud of how present you were? Or would you realize you are distracted, anxious, rushing, or numb? Now let's look at part 3, the presence gap. What creates that presence gap? There's a gap between where your body is and where your mind is. Your body is in the room, your mind is replaying a mistake from last week. Your body is at dinner with someone you love, but your mind is thinking about emails. Your body is on a walk, your mind is arguing with someone who is not even there. Your body is alive, but your mind is elsewhere. And here's the painful truth. You can't live a full life if you are only half present for that life. Now let's look at part 4, the cause of second guessing. What happens when you are not there? Second guessing is one of the biggest thieves of life. You choose something, but you do not commit. You start something, but you don't immerse. You say yes, but you show up with no enthusiasm. You only live in the maybe, in the what if, or in the I am not sure. And here's the question nobody asks. How much life have you lost because you hesitated instead of living? How many moments slipped away because you were too busy thinking instead of being? How many memories could have been richer if you are fully present? Now let's look at part 5, the enthusiasm principle. Here's the truth that will change your life. If you choose something, do it fully. If you don't want to do it fully, don't choose it. Half effort creates half results. Half presence creates half memories. Half living creates a half life. But when you show up with enthusiasm, when you give your best energy, your best attention, your best presence, everything becomes richer. Even simple things, even boring things, even routine things. Because presence transforms the ordinary into the meaningful. Now let's jump into part 6. When is the moment you realize you are not living? There's a moment that hits people later in life, a moment of clarity or regret or awakening. It's when they look back and think, I was there, but I wasn't there because I cannot remember what really happened. I lived, but I did not feel it. I existed, but I did not experience it. Now let me ask you something. What if you are in that moment right now and you don't even know it? What if you're missing the very life you are trying to build so hard? Now, part 7, let's look at the call to wake up. This is the call to wake up. This series is not about perfection. It's about presence. It's about intention. It's about choosing to live fully. Not later, not someday, but now. Because the truth is simple. You don't have time to live halfway. You don't have time to be absent from your own life. You don't have time to sleepwalk through your days. You only have time to live fully, to be here, to be alive, and to be present. Now to close, before you go, I want you to sit with this question. If your life continues exactly as it is right now, would you be proud of the way you lived it? Not the achievements, not the money, not the milestones, but the presence, the awareness, the fullness. Because a full life isn't measured in years. It's measured in moments you were truly alive for. The experiences, the things that you can look back and say, I was there, I experienced it. Now, this was episode 1. In episode 2, it will take us deeper into the psychology and philosophy behind a wasted life and why presence is the only antidote. But for now, just breathe. Just be here. Just be alive. Now, having said so, this is JengaPod, and I'm your host, Godwin. Let's get starting. Let's keep building. Let's keep rising. And if you have enjoyed this episode, please do not forget to subscribe. Follow us on our podcast channels. Like, comment, and share with somebody that you want them to hear this message. Having said so, thank you so much for listening, and I will see you in our next episode. Have a good one.